Brittany J. I am Brittany J, and this channel is all about peace, purpose, and guidance. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I take you guys on a continuous journey as I grow through life and just peacefully just learn who I am as a person and learn how it is that God is leading me and guiding me in this world. So learn from the things and the tools and the tips and the knowledge that I give you guys as you walk, along your journeys with God, that you can learn from the things that I learn as well. So as you guys can see, the topic for today is breakthrough doesn't happen overnight. And I wanted to talk about this because this is something that has been very important for me along my journey. And I know that it is going to be beneficial to other people that are on journeys when it comes to walking with God. It's not easy. It's not something that has ever been easy for me. I've been doing this going on probably a year and a half now. And, a journey is a journey. A journey is not all about the good things that come out of it, but it's about the things that you go through as well that you have to come out of, just to use as like learning lessons. Because if everything goes perfect, then are you really learning anything from it? So so the topic for today is breakthrough does not happen overnight. And I wanted to discuss this because breakthrough is something that is very important along our journeys, because it's something that we look forward to when it comes to us being obedient and doing the things that God wants us to do. Sometimes we think just because we're obedient and we're doing what we're supposed to do, at least that's what we think, that we're supposed to receive our breakthrough overnight. And when it comes to breakthrough, just to get a lot clearer on breakthrough, breakthrough is pretty much God giving you what it is that He has destined and planned for you in your life. And to you, it may be like a wow moment or something that's good, satisfactory to based off of like how you want to feel like as a human. But I want to give y'all like the true definition like off of Google as well too, so I can relate it back to spirituality. All right, y'all. So the Google definition for breakthrough is a sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development. Let me just say that again. A sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development. So along my journey, well, before my journey, I didn't really understand nothing about breakthrough or anything like that, because when I first started walking with God, like everything was new to me. The way that I started praying was new to me. The way that I started talking to God daily was new to me. The way that I started having a routine as far as like how I can pour into myself, how I can connect and communicate with God, like everything started to be different. So when I did finally realize that I received a breakthrough doing all the things that I was doing when it came to like my obedience, I absolutely knew that it was a breakthrough because of like what I felt, not even the things that were happening around me, but basically like what I felt with the changes that I was like making about myself in my life. So when it comes to breakthrough, and you see how the definition says like just a sudden, dramatic, just development, I think it's a realization as well too, because just kind of a little backstory for those of y'all who don't know me. I did a 30-day fast last June 2022, and the 30-day fast was very, very intentional. So everything that I did with the fast, I did it with the purpose, because I knew I would be affected by it in a beneficial way, in a way that I know I would receive results. But at the time, I didn't really know that truly, but I knew that the things that I was consuming myself of was actually holding me back with, what it is that I was wanting out of life. So I decided to pull away from those things, not really thinking it would really work. But when I did that, I was able to really like receive a breakthrough from God. And, it's just those times where you're constantly just kind of giving yourself to the world and just people and all of these things. And God just literally wants you to give yourself to Him. He wants you to give your time to Him. And I was not giving my time to God. I thought just because maybe I'll go to church every now and again, and even then I wasn't even going to church then, or maybe I'll throw out a prayer every now and again when I want something or need something. Like, no, like God really wants your time just as much as you give your time to other people, to other things, the other vices that you have, like that you involve yourself in this world. So I didn't realize that until I decided to pull away from these things. And God will get you at a point of your life when you are very, very like vulnerable. And that's what happened with me. I've said it in previous videos before. I definitely believe that You know, a lot of us are hard-headed, and God is going to have to take us through some very tough situations that we really, really don't want to truly go through. But you know, sometimes that's what it takes, so He can, you know, get His children back to Him. Because sometimes we're just so worried about everything else going on around us in our lives, and it causes us to, you know, it leads us into stress and depression and anxiousness and all of these things. But you know, in the moment, we think it's, you know, us having a good time or us doing this or us doing that, but you know, like I said, I know God works in a way where I feel like He is going to put us through a tough situation just so we can actually need Him for real. Like, and we always need Him, but I don't think we realize that we really truly need Him until we go through something that's terribly crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened with me. Back then, I didn't realize that everything that I was going through was for a reason and a purpose. But back then, it just was a terrible moment in my life, and I couldn't see it any other way. But I know now I had to go through those things just so God can draw me closer to Him. Because if I didn't go through that, I was still going to be doing the same things in my life. I was still going to be living my life the same way. I was still not going to be at peace. Like, literally, I was going to like have so much disruption in my life and not really understanding why. So I know God took me through that for a reason, and I'm thankful for it because it has allowed me to develop and grow so much, like as a person, as a woman. Like, I have literally grown into a woman, you know, over the past year. And when you say a woman, like, of course you want to think about age and stuff like that. A lot of us think we're already women just because we're at a certain age, but I don't think you truly become women or even men until you really like go through something and have like a realization moment. And you know, it's just like a self-development type of thing, and I don't think people really realize that. But I can actually feel myself, like I felt myself growing, and I'm like, wow, like I really truly feel like a woman now. Like before, I still felt like, you know, not a little girl, but you know, like I felt like a girl, like a young lady. I didn't really truly feel like a woman, but now, like I'm a woman. Like I'm a woman for real. Like it's crazy. But yeah, just going back to the breakthrough not happening overnight. So it took me literally not even just the 30 days of fasting, but it matters like what you do after you get back connected with God. So once God gave me like that breakthrough, gave me that realization, you know, moment that I needed after fasting for 30 days, like in such an intentional way, which it like drew me closer to God, allowed me to start hearing God's voice and how He speaks to me, like so much stuff God revealed to me in a short amount of time. And I just couldn't deny it. Like I felt so compelled. I felt so convicted where I was like, you know, I cannot go back and live my life the same way I've been living it, or I'm never gonna be at peace. Like that was the whole point of my fast. Like my life was going just all over the place, and I'm like, I just want peace. Like I don't want nothing else but peace. Like my mind is all chaotic and all over the place, and I just need peace. Like just my spirit was just so agitated and frustrated. It's not about just me doing my fast for 30 days, but I think what mattered the most to help with my upkeep of like just my walk and just basically my relationship and continuously developing with God and just personally developing like for myself. You know, like that's another thing when it comes to like spiritual growth. You're gonna grow like personally in your life as well too. So even then, it wasn't just a one moment of breakthrough. It was constantly me making sure that I am staying on top of like who it is that I am and who it is that I want to become. And when it came to that, that's how when I started doing those things, that's how the whole self-discovery like piece came in. Like I didn't really understand truly who I was as a person until I got closer to God and until I start really understanding like just the certain things that I was going through and taking accountability for the things that was happening in my life and actually doing something different, making changes in my life so I can start seeing things happen different for me. And it's crazy because it's like literally all this stuff happened like in such a short amount of time, like literally less than 6 months, like less than 6 months. Even with me being able to hear God's voice now, it led me into, you know, hearing God telling me to move to Dallas. Like so much stuff happened, but you know, just overall wrapping everything up, you know, again, breakthrough, it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you constantly have to work towards, you know, on a daily basis. It's something that like when you go through a process of understanding who God is to you and how God shows up in your life and how you should show up in your life so you can be a better representation of God and just being a better person, just period in general. It takes a lot of like unlearning and relearning. A lot of times we get so stuck in who we are, or who, at least who we think we are, that anything else seems absurd. Anything else does not seem like it's us. But you don't really truly know you because you only know yourself in the eyes of other people. You only know yourself in the eyes of your parents and how you were raised and how you grew up. You only know yourself in the eyes of the people you've been constantly surrounded by since you were a child. But who are you right now? Like, as you enter into adulthood, as you enter into womanhood, manhood, like, who are you? You know, like, who can you truly answer that question as to who you are as a person, without the opinions, without the judgments of other people? Like, who are you? So that's why I say, like, a lot of us kind of hold on to childhood trauma, and we keep everything inside of us. You know, we suppress our feelings, we suppress our emotions, and a lot of times it's just stuck in us, and that's us causing blockages, and we're blocking anything and everything that's supposed to be for us because we haven't solved the issues and the problems and the hurt and the pain that's been planted deep down inside of us for Lord knows how long. So that's where the personal development comes in at. That's when, you know, you growing your relationship with God comes in at. That's where therapy comes in. That's where coaching comes in. Like, literally, if you want to make the changes, you have to be adamant about doing these things that it is that you need to do, figuring out things. And that's the thing, you're not gonna know everything either. But as long as you are taking a step to asking questions and asking, well, why do I act like this? Or why do I respond this way when somebody says something to me? You know, why can't I be peaceful? Why do I always attract this type of person? As long as you are asking yourself questions, then you are opening up a door of opportunity because you're curious. You're curious and you want to know why. And when you want to know why, you want to seek out more. And it's up to you to actually put action behind that why and take that step. So again, breakthrough does not happen overnight. This is something that you constantly have to play a role in. God wants us to partner with him, and we have to partner with ourselves so we're able to partner with him. So yeah, make sure that you are doing everything it is that you need to do and understanding like who you are. But first, it comes in developing and gaining that relationship with God, because you won't know if you're disconnected from God. And that's just the God honest truth. Literally, like, you don't know who you are until you connect with God. And that's what I say all the time. Like, I would not know who I am if I would have never knew who God was for me first. So a lot of times we think we know who we are, but you don't know who you are until you see who you are in God's eyes, for real. So since going through all of these things and learning and relearning and unlearning so much stuff just about myself and just the world around me, you know, God led me into creating a tool, a resource to help other people learn how to fast in an intentional way, so they can receive more beneficial results, so they can actually learn how to receive a breakthrough. Because at the end of the day, if you are not doing things with a purpose, if you are not doing things that make sense, then why would you receive anything it is that, you know, you're expecting? You know, so it's very important to be intentional with how you go about doing things in your life. And that's how I was able to receive like all of the results and just the breakthrough that I received from my fast, because I was very like serious and strategic as to how I did the fast. I know a lot of people always have these questions about how to fast properly, and that was my questions too. But once I like started fasting, I didn't stop. I started to live a fasted life, and you know, that's just kind of how I continuously do things. But you know, in that, I have learned how to really like fast in a way that I can attract things that like are for me, and attract, you know, me hearing God's voice, especially when I feel like God has like gone a little quiet. So I created a tool to help people learn how to fast in an intentional way. So it's an ebook. My ebook is called Fasting for My Breakthrough. And I just absolutely love it because it's literally like the blueprint of helping people learn how to fast in an intentional way. Like, really purposeful to help you like develop like a new mindset and develop a new relationship with God, to be able to like be receptive to what it is that he has for you when it comes to fasting. At the end of the day, fasting is a sacrifice. It's you sacrificing things that you normally involve yourself in on a daily. It's you sacrificing to give your time back to God, to show God that you are serious about what it is that you are asking him of, what it is that you are wanting from him. But if you're not willing and able to sacrifice and be serious about these things that you want, why would he give it to you? So yeah, that's the whole point of us fasting anyway, to show God that we are serious about connecting with him and developing a relationship with him, so we can show him that we are serious about what it is that we're asking for, and we're not just asking things in vain. So I'm going to leave the link in my bio for you guys to go on my website. The ebook, I'm still extending my birthday sale. It's literally only $28, and this is something that you can use continuously over and over and over again every time that you decide to fast, because fasting is not a one-time thing. Again, like, you should be living a fasted life, you know? So it literally gives you the blueprint of everything. It's a step-by-step guide. It walks you through everything, and it's universal, so it's for everybody. Literally everybody. It'll be you're literally going to be tailoring like the fast to your life and how you live it and how it will be beneficial to you. This is just your guide to show you exactly what it is that you need to do, so you can show God that you are committed to wanting to receive what it is that he has for you. But that's it, you guys. Thank you again always for joining, listening. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Becoming Brittany J. And I am also dropping my fall candle line. So if you have not tapped in and got any of my intentional candles, I create my candles with meaningful intentions to help bring a sense of peace into people's minds, so they can have peace in their environment, so they're able to spread peace amongst the world. You will be able to see the candles on my website as well at becomingbrittanyj.com, www.becomingbrittanyj.com. But yes, until next time, I'm putting everything in my description below, so you'll be able to see everything. But thank you so much, y'all. Until next time,